It's a real pleasure to be able to speak to you this morning on this topic of design-led innovation, the next steps, and really having this notion of insights from an Australian perspective. I've spoken on this topic a lot over the last couple of years, and one of the things that's frustrated me is actually we always use overseas examples, and we really don't unpack what actually is this journey of design-led innovation and how is it different to everything else. So today I have the great pleasure of actually working with Rami, or letting Rami actually tell the story. A project that I've been working with him and Cochlear on for the last probably 2 years to look at how you get design-led innovation inside a company.
The key is about hearing loss. We're more about hearing than we are about business in many cases, and that's sometimes to our detriment. And some things about hearing loss, for your information. 16 in 1,000 people are severely to profoundly deaf. 80 in 1,000 elderly population are in the same condition. Of those people who are severely or profoundly deaf, we only service 0.5%. So the cochlear therapy, the CI therapy, the cochlear implant, can service a lot more people than it currently does. And that is one of our biggest challenges as a business. It's one of our biggest challenges as a therapy. And this story is very related to how we can try to unblock that bottleneck. We come from a very technology-based background and history, and this story is about evolution. It's about how we transform from a technology-based company to being consumer-driven and to really unblocking the current pathways that we have in our channels. In April 2007, we had a proposition to build a new system, and this is what the new system ended up looking like, the Nucleus 5 system that we launched towards the end of 2009. And we actually came to Sam with a challenge, and the challenge was this. We want to give our recipients, our clients, our customers, the best that Cochlear has to offer. Our hypothesis was that the current channel that Cochlear recipients go through, which is through audiologists or clinicians, they tend to not provide our recipients with the best of what our technology can.
You no longer just have a technical solution coming out into the market. You actually have a solution which actually understands the social cultural context of who's going to be using it, what are the needs behind that, and how do you get that pathway for acceptance? Because if you just throw a product out there like that in the market, you're going to disenfranchise so many people in doing that. So this was a shift, absolute game changer for Cochlear to look at, okay, there's a new way of doing something. And internally, the process is to match that. So we needed new cross-functional teams. And the way we actually brought the teams together was these narratives. We told a story. We told a story about what this might be. And it was very much a provocative story. So we engaged internally what the vision was, and we used images, just simple images like this, that have no language barrier. And this is a different way of actually focusing the business. So it was a new technique and a new approach in doing that. And I can say it's been fairly successful. Okay, we've had complete buy-in at this stage.
Probably one of the most satisfying aspects of it is both the cultural change internally and externally, to the point where we're in basically one of the biggest European KOL conferences that we organised in Europe last year, and we had phrases like, this is like the Cuban Revolution, it's like power back to the people. People really had a sense that there was something happening here. There was a real gravitas around culture change, industry change, and the way we do things.
So in summary, what essentially happened in a design-led innovation journey, I do refer to as a journey. It's not a silver bullet. It's not something you can say like an analytical technique, we're going to do this tomorrow. We're going to go on this path to actually understand how we can use design in our business to really add value. And that add value is that adaptive thought process.